and they deny the sightlines of Aula, right? They separate them one by one. They can no longer play as a duo. Try and get as many of those sightlines as possible with those hovercrafts. And to be honest, S2G with those hovercrafts have been actually insane. It feels like because they take more damage to explode, and it's just a tank, and so they are able to just run with it. They were making crazy rotations from the very beginning of the game. They had those positions on the rocks in the middle of the water, which are normally inaccessible. But having two hovercrafts, I wonder if other teams are going to start picking up on that, because that was an insane game from S2G.
I mean, we've seen it happen in the past too, and you just sounded like Max there for a second. I have to double check to make sure it was Michael Jackson or if it was Max.
रोंडो के बाद कितना 23 था 26 ही है
first place with 6 points.
जो टॉप टीम्स थी उसके मैचेस खराब थे, नई टीम ऊपर आई है.
What happened at the top of that bridge? That man ended up falling down and ended up hurting that they were looking to do into the main island.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate there. I mean, that's what it's all about. You know, you're trying to be able to get into that end game and make those plays, and if you're Aurora, you know, 24 points on the board, you can't shake your head at, you know, and S2G being able to get that win, push themselves up to third place. You know, I like what we were talking about there about Dongstrip a little bit earlier, right?
Second place.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. 18 eliminations, and they would have gotten even more if it wasn't for those clutch plays from Vitality right there. Yeah, because we saw absolute Hyunbin in action. Making some serious plays. Super clutch moments here.
We have to talk about some of these other teams that are currently I know it is the first day of the finals. Games, but there is some things that we're starting to notice here, especially with more we're talking about earlier, as well as OG. Aggressive and making sure that they look a bit more cohesive when you are being aggressive, because they were pushing one by one. It seems like a chicken without its head.
Yeah, it really did, and also they're losing players very, very early on. I think we've had that in both games now, where they're losing at least one or two of their players. Godlike have had a better opportunity to keep their players alive. They've been split up a little bit more. They've been using a little bit more of the zone, but it's just when they actually get down to the fight towards the end of the game, that's where they start to falter, and that's why we're not seeing those strategies convert into points. So that's what we need to see there.
And India, if I have learned anything about OG,
थोड़ा सा मैं आपको भी इंटरव्यू दिखाता हूँ. मैं अकेला नहीं देखता हूँ, और मेरे को पता है आप मेरे को बोलोगे साले अकेले अकेले देख रहा है. रुको. हाँ, एक तो कमेंट मेरे को पहले बंद करने दो, इसमें मेरे को अलग गुस्सा आता है. कोई कुछ भी लिखेगा. दिख रहे हैं ना?
मेरे साथ अभी खड़े हैं सौम्य फ्रॉम टीम गॉडलाइक. सौम्य, क्या अलग है ग्रुप स्टेज से फाइनल अगर हम कंपेयर करें तो लॉबी के बारे में?
अलग तो मतलब अभी तक तो उतना कुछ फील नहीं हुआ है, एंड जो भी हमारे मैचेस अभी गए हैं उसमें हमारे इंडिविजुअल मिस्टेक्स से ही खराब गए हैं, तो उतना अलग तो कुछ फील नहीं हो रहा है. बाकी अभी खेलते खेलते पता लगेगा.
नॉट अ ग्रेट स्टार्ट टुडे. 2 मैचेस हो चुके हैं, 4 मैचेस अभी भी बाकी हैं. क्या हुआ पहले 2 मैचेस के अंदर?
फर्स्ट मैच तो मतलब एक टीम का स्लैम आया, हम एडमिन को बैकअप नहीं दे पाए, वो गलती थी. एंड सेकंड मैच भी थोड़ा सिली मिस्टेक्स हो गया, लाइक सेम बैकअप नहीं दे पाए, तो थोड़ा हो रहा है लेफ्ट राइट. कोई बात नहीं, ठीक हो जाएगा.
अभी तो बहुत सारे मैचेस हैं, 4 मैच आज के दिन में बाकी हैं. व्हाट्स द प्लान, व्हाट्स द एटमॉस्फेयर लाइक इन द टीम राइट नाउ फॉर द नेक्स्ट गेम?
सारे लौंडे अपने पंप ही हैं, मतलब ऐसे एक मैच खराब जाने के बाद तो नहीं हो जाते. बाकी भरोसा रखो.
देखो
अभी ये भी बोल रहे हैं ब्रो, भरोसा रखो तो रखो.
The floor. Do you want to say anything?
Go with the flow.
Go with the flow. Let's go. Good luck for the next match.
Thank you so much.
बम है. वो कॉन्फिडेंस दिख रहा है अभी भी. चलो.
Then they're sure during the little bit of a replay analysis where they've
हिंदी में नहीं आ रहा है वो बैकग्राउंड.
one of the players of Alula to really separate and win the fight off the back of that. When you're near the water, when you have these open-ended finish, hovercrafts are, I'm gonna have to say it, they're completely broken. And S2D made.
हिंदी में क्या वो बैकग्राउंड नहीं आ रहा है क्या? एक बार देखें जरा.
देखिए, go with the. हालांकि गॉडलाइक में थोड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग मूव यहाँ पे अभी के लिए दिखाई गई इनकी तरफ से. बोट यार्ड में जो ये ड्रॉप लेते हैं की गई, और अब गटका के आसपास आ चुके हैं. गटका में अगर आप हम लोगों को सुन रहे हैं तो आज दी एक्सपर्ट्स भी एक पूरा का पूरा
आ रहे आवाज आ रहा है. रन देते, यही कंटिन्यू करते.
Very experienced on that Western Bridge. We should be expecting more on the finish like this. So you know what? First Durangle, it's fine, but the next Durangle, they need to go.
All right, thank you very much. It is time to head on over to the
Jai Mata Di,
team
Jai
once
Shri
again
Ram.
for game number 3
Hopefully,
of finals. Let's do it.
ये गेम अपने इंडिया के लिए अच्छा हो.
We'll pick up that throw. Thank you very much, James. A good hook on that one. Swift. Great elbow on you. You can tell he used to be a drummer, but we'll be beating the drums of absolute anticipation and excitement here, Blank, as our third game of the day is about to get underway.
Let's go.
And national gods as well.
Get लगाने दो भाई लोग.
It's going to be a lot to talk about going so far. I mean, even from watching the desk to watching the stage hits to watching the interviews, there's a lot to break down over the last match. Even just the 2 games we've had so far, there's been a lot going on. 4 tries in the first game, having a little bit of a misstep, and then coming to the second one, looking a lot better. But so many good things. I'm very confident to say this is about as competitive as it gets in PUBG Mobile right now. I think we have the right teams here with
भाई
us.
लोग duels आने दो.
Go into our third match of the day as we get towards our halfway point.
WOL guys, remember they are playing along world top. वही तो मार रही है, वही तो नहीं समझ रहे.
Down towards Novo. Straight through the centre, really easy one here, Jackie, very nice. They need to go. Last game, like you said before, looked a little bit
Let's go.
weakened, right? I mean, even Max picked up on it. He was saying that, hey, the team's very experienced around this area.
चलो भाई लोग duels
Not
आने दो.
going down so early like this. It should be a game that
Same match.
control of. Wasn't the case. Tiamba, they go out early.
Result तो लगाने
A
चाहिए.
little bit
Same
further
map है.
towards the south side of the map on the west.
Yeah, you'd hope they'd be able to bounce back from that one here. Obviously, it was a nice start of game
Drop
1.
point तो नहीं है ना वापस से. सारा किसी का मन किया लेने का वो
But there was a little bit more fluctuation in the standings, obviously for Tiamba as well. Far quieter, it was 16 eliminations in their opening game of Rondo. Only 2 added to that count. See, Milu still living in the movie though in terms of individual plays as he was popping off on Rondo. It was a big piece of the team.
कहाँ से निकलेगा? Bigboard right वाले bridge से निकलेगा तो सही है.
Where's that zone going to
Left
go?
bridge से आया तो दिक्कत हो जाएगी.
Zones this land. It's been kind of crazy. Yeah, most circles have just been very strange so far, very odd play. We've had a couple towards the end of survival stage, which I think I was quite grateful for, that were more normalised on Erangel at least.
और अभी shooting है.
Actually
यहाँ
play
पे
out their game.
top fight हो गया.
Bgmi Galaxy versus Ida.
ईडा के matches
No
खराब
idea
है.
why this is happening, by the way. It's actually very strange. I'll explain once it's done. I mean, Kalaris already went over it in the interview.
Double barrel है.
The context is crazy on it.
I guess और एक खराब match.
Sorrel with the M249. There's some good shots done. Actually, Bgmi Galaxy doing quite well here, but already losing a player does feel bad, and it being Coops is even worse. Second on side.
मर गया. ईडा का ये भी खराब है.
Back and forth here, Swain last left to face. And round.
Nice try, Ray.
He's screaming. He's up. He's standing up. Give them large for that. It is absolutely insane that they continue to come here. For context, Enigma Galaxy has dropped in this location for years upon years upon years. They say it every time. But they actually say it. We will never switch our hot drop, so it is never worth it to fight Enigma Galaxy inside of Pachinki. Sadly, feels like
बोटिया की काम कर रही है.
The back of this one. You guys just come off a fight. We know you've come off a fight.
नहीं पता इनको बोटी काम कर रही है.
Guys, actually love this. Didn't see him on the angle.
ओए ओए ओए.
Though is a path of them defending their home turf on the hot drop. Like you say, 4-5s know you're slightly. They'll look to get in there, twist the knife, and completely knock them out of the game, denying any more points on this.
Bro, building side कर
to
रही
be
थी.
honest, you do wonder if 4-5s boys, they see a big hubbub go over to by the Enigma Galaxy camp and they're like, they've just won that fight.
We should get involved.
We should fly over. Oh, cheeky work, but
एक का डब्बा मार रही वो जो वही मारी है ना.
Ralph the M249
बोटी वाले एक का डब्बा मार रही.
looking for some
पता
good
क्या शेक में
damage,
बता है?
but
पता है.
the
शेक
shots
में
from the
बता है, पता
crowd
है.
start to ring out. 4 thrives. Might look to back away from this one. Allowing Ralph as well as Satan
वहाँ पे NXT
to
का एक बंदा भाग
live.
रहा है.
Circle did move up towards northeast side. I don't know what he does do, man. It's akin to throwing away all the
Not yet.
Yeah, if it was one of those nose, or it's kind of cutting your nose off to spite your face.
Yeah.
As much as you
पता है क्या ये भागा है
it's
देखिए
your
लग रहा है
spot too. If it's
Same
not
again.
working, you got to adapt. Gigantic prize pool on the
Yes,
line.
पता है
You
इनको
fought this hard to be in finals. Don't ego challenge if you don't need to. But for 4 frags,
नहीं पता
can they find those elims they wanted off the back?
ऑकर ये फर्स्ट एड लेने आया कोई आजा
T24 spotted on the
अंदर
drop.
अंदर फर्स्ट एड है फर्स्ट एड
See if he can go for the pick
Yeah, but
off
still
this. And of course for you, you can get involved with that
But still,
little
but
event
still.
at home.
ब्रदर
40 up top. T24, he's got an inkling. Smells him out on this one. Senses his Reiatsu inside the building. Safe
मिस
underneath.
कर दिया
Slightly
Finger
slow
control miss
timing
कर दिया
there. T24 trying to use the
control miss कर दिया
DPS. He's swinging around in circles. Say's not sure where to look on this. The rest of Fourth Rise will come into hole. Fight the first.
बढ़िया
Nice one damage on Ralph is nowhere nearby.
फिंगर कंट्रोल मिस कर दिया
Drops him down.
अगर वो फर्स्ट एड पे आता
An easy revive here on T24 inside the
खेती
building.
होती
Church held.
Then get the revive back.
अब इसको पकड़ेंगे शेख वाले को पकड़ेंगे अब
But Ralph's just had to stay, man. It's where he's been for so long.
अगर सोचो
Yeah, he'd be fuming.
क्या हालत होती ऐसा हो जाता पूरा
Twice back to back.
एक बार आ रही नहीं उसने ट्रिगर कंट्रोल हुआ नहीं
And not even because of them.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's the thing? It just comes back to haunt you, right? Here we go. This is the full replay on it, so you get all the action.
कटकुस भी है क्या कटकुस भी है
It's from the start. Obviously, we had Coops go down early. Like you say, they pop off to win it. We saw the celebration. Literally sending a message live in the event. Live in the flesh. Said it with his chest.
एनजीएक्स का पूरा मैच खराब हो गया
But Ida don't want to give it up, and it's just really making it uncomfortable for both of those teams to get anything.
पूरा मैच पे देखे ना तेरे
It's
क्या
the
है
best Nick McGuinness he's looked in a long time as well. I think that's the saddest thing about it. Now it's happened in finals. And it's happened so frequently in the past as well, where Nick McGuinness has just challenge another team for their drop spot.
पावर नॉक हो गया
It's not guaranteed there, that's for sure, but they held it the entire tournament. Come on, guys.
No fear getting ran down by Aurora, as Top will find him on the move.
अरोरा अरोरा इन दोनों की फाइट हो रही अपना ही पिक ऑफ हो गया यार
Fourth did piece out, going slightly deeper into the zone to do a bit of loot, and obviously wasting a decent amount of time on that as well for the elim they were able to garner.
Vitality down towards the southwest.
Yeah,
side
watching
in,
you all night,
Dimensions
okay.
now, but this time we're seeing him over towards Gaka, but they grab themselves the loot truck. Fiend as much as they can out from there. Circle up towards that north side, split between the lake, the fly out on the south side on the school, as well
और
as the
लेकिन उनको
Verdi.
पता है ना अपन वन मैन लॉस
Shooting
है
area. Tiamba tighten it in with the arena. Aurora, godlike.
कम है मार
Soundmate currently holding back the gas station. Fire. He can't come through here for repairs.
निकलने चाहिए मार
Yeah, only 18 left.
मान्या मान्या
One of
मान्या
his left,
मान्या
17 in a hole. Let's see if he can turn some bodies cold on this pusher. Top going to drop down back behind the car. So Aurora taking a
गोलियां
fair bit of
खत्म हो
damage.
गई
More reserve taps now. Got to find himself some ammo to play with. Switch it out to the Tommy just to keep the pressure on the
अब मत जाओ
suppressive
बाकी में
fire.
जाओ
Spraying it through, cutting the grass, but
यार वो
the
स्प्रे
shot
अगर
towards the players.
लेफ्ट राइट नहीं होता ना तो एक नॉक नॉक हो जाता तो फाइट
Circle, 10 seconds roughly on this one.
कोई ना नाइस चलो
Aurora's still figuring out where they want to play. Probably going to be a big old
ओजी का बहुत
retreat
लंबा
here
स्प्रिट है
out. Migrate for a lot of squads. Hard shift potentially. No, actually. Very, very kind. Up towards that north
ये
side.
ऊपर का
Obviously,
सुनिया ना
Lake is a
स्केल
bit of
पर
an awkward one to play around. You're going to see a lot of people playing on the rocky outcrops. The staging that goes up towards Stalba. Big old mountainside.
यार सौम्या पे लूट नहीं है
There is also... Never mind, it's horrible. I like
ammo की need
it.
होती
It's not
बहुत।
great. You got the field down towards Yasnaya too, so there's not a huge amount of fun spots to play in. You have to decide a rotation
ये भी
in
अपने
now.
सामने
And
रहते हैं, but
quickly,
ammo की
do
वजह
you
से
wrap
spray
on the
down भी
north,
नहीं
do
कर
you wrap
पाएंगे
on
अपने
the
वाले।
south, because you can't really change that as time goes on because of Yas Lake.
बहुत लिमिटेड एमो से
Mormon from E Arena once again, being able to throw out some big uppercuts. That's back onto Aurora. So a single knock there with the Tianba POV.
वैसे वहाँ पे पेटियां पड़ी है, इनको भी पता है पावर का मरा है, वो पर पेटियां भी पड़ी है।
Mormon keeping it going.
मानिया नो नहीं यार,
with Razy hitting a very big blow back onto Godlike.
नहीं यार,
A lot of fights breaking out across the battleground, individuals being knocked off with some show-stopping rotates. Oh, right into the nade. Wiz God had that one ready for him.
Got it primed. I mean, for Ulf, Aaron comes in swinging. So yeah, got shot down very quickly there. Scarface looks to send a nade, but I don't even know. I think it's worth it anymore to go for this. Ulf's deep on the south side of the map. Need to swing back further up.
चलो अपनी ओल्डी reset हो गई, but
Instantly takes up the cliff side.
एक रह गया।
Aurora. I mean, to be fair, they had spent a little bit of ammo. Potentially some of the vests are starting to wear down, some of the helmets. On that before you get moving.
Tiamba tackling against the Vitality Killer Bees once more. And it's Milu that's already showing that consistent form.
चलो ब्रेक वहां से निकल
Bring
गया।
himself up to 10 elims on the day, I believe, then after that. Nice start for the first 3 games.
Maybe keeping it a little bit quiet though. Now playing a little bit of a split on this one. They've got Eagle a little bit further forward, perched up. Over towards
ओजी पता है? ओजी को मसाज
Very much
मिलेगा दो
slowing
साइड
down
से।
now, the halfway portion, Jackie.
जोन अगर हटाना तो मिलेगा ओजी को।
Trying to maintain some of that lead
वुल्फ वहाँ पे
because
पूरा रेडी बैठी है।
some teams have
पीछे
struck out the
से
big way. I mean, Enigma Galaxy are absolutely 30 points right now. Aurora at 26.
मारना पड़ेगा। वन साइड प्ले करना पड़ेगा।
After that last game, on the first, I think they got 23 on that.
पुलिस जोन अपना ये बार क्या करते हैं ना ब्रिज के साइड का।
They can find
तो बेस्ट है। हाँ नाइस रे। बढ़िया चलो। जोन आ गया। अभी नो मसाज, अभी अपन मसाज
Be
देंगे।
a really big deal. Aura actually has the high ground this one. The plateau
अभी अपन मसाज देंगे, कोई इशू नहीं।
nice to be able to take
अभी उल्फ
shots
निकल
out
जाएगी।
towards teams.
उनको पीछे से पड़ेगी नहीं निकली तो। बढ़िया जोन आ गया अपने पे।
Sadly, Alula's
एडमिनो पूरा घूम के ओजी के हिट आएगा
so
देखना।
you're
पीछे
gonna
वाला ही लेना वहाँ
have
पे
to
आएगा।
move over towards that western side.
रोज़ाक से उसको पूरा घूम के खेलना पड़ेगा।
Pulled away. I like this moving forward though, Jackie. This is good.
को ये रीच खाली दिखी तो वहाँ पे भी होल्ड कर लेगा।
nice in some of the encounters we've seen individually. Another roster we know that can be very explosive. Let's see if they can bring the boom on this one straight up towards the setup from Alula.
और अलुला का फाइट है क्या?
Quick on top. Got a pump action in the back pocket, ready for it if they can close the gap. Bit of overwatch from R3B on the top side with Claws relatively close to assist. Fast reactions onto the position of Falak, but the shot's not connecting.
Falak taking a little bit of damage here, down to half. Claws as a nade though, it's not the craziest of sends on this one. Good bounce on it actually. That would have been on target if he hadn't moved. I mean, Falak just takes the time. Here's the arc on that one. So he doesn't want to have any part of it. Tough circle though, man. Very, very tough circle. The majority of the center is taken up by that water. I actually do really like S2G's position. They're playing over towards those compounds that sit just a little bit east over towards the lake itself. Oh, sorry, the cliff face. You've got flash down towards those compounds, but S2G currently playing on that rocky outcrop on the northern side. Teams on the south here. Tiamba's actually going to crunch in towards that little bank.
अच्छा ओवरटेक नहीं ले रहा है कि ऊपर से पड़ जाएगी।
Fine margins between this going wrong for
एडमिनो ने आके यहाँ पे मारा है एनएस के बंदे को। ये एडमिनो ने शॉट्स लिए।
Not wanting to risk it too much. Meanwhile, OG crossing past the crosshairs of Nongshim Red Force with Zizzy taking the peak over the top. Got the heavy weaponry ready to rock them if they stay close by. And luckily they have at least been able to create some space between the two. Double back over to the bridge where Rolf is stationed.
Yeah, they know OG's in the area as well. See, Aaron struggled versus them earlier. on his flying maneuver into the
एडमिनो को
gas
भी जोन के
station.
लिए देखना पड़ेगा कहाँ पे जाए.
Tried to go for the movie entrance, but we went straight to credits instead. Yeah, all hoping to hold them on the bridge sign. Next circle, though, I'm feeling the pizza slice here over towards the west. I mean, Aurora currently have a really strong position on it.
Nice one,
head
Rick.
over there, in fact. But it's
Nice
a
one.
case of
W
Aurora
zone.
holding the central spot. They have a
एडमिनो
lot of
के लिए भी
360
अच्छा है
vision.
and
It's
OG
very
के लिए भी
open,
अच्छा है.
Jackie. This is a very, very open area.
दोनों
A
के
little
लिए
bit
अच्छा है.
on fun. There's quite a few radio towers in the square concrete that sit underneath them.
एडमिनो को बस पानी में नहीं जाना चाहिए वरना आरू ऑलरेडी बैठे हैं ब्रिज के नीचे.
Try and set up vehicles. You can see Vitality already sending over. But this is quite a nice spot for Aurora. It's a tiny bit of hard cover, a little bit of a crescent lit behind them as well.
Well, that's the last man for Enigma Galaxy, and Ralph trying to stay alive for as long as he can, but finally falls to S2G. S2G possibly being collapsed upon as well by 4 Thrives. They fall next.
Yeah, good fight. Very good fight from 4 Thrives. S2G trying to jump the gun there, Jackie, and ran straight into titanium wall. A lot of hopes riding on these 3 players. Aurora, though. Another good game here. Sits them a little bit further ahead. Make up for that previous match there on Aragon. Not the greatest of pushes across the bridge to begin.
ये मैच के बाद देखता हूँ मैं.
To be fair, with Enigma and STG going down early, not really acclimating too many points on this one. It could be the green recovery.
Nice एडमिनो, अच्छा नाम दिया.
Unfortunately for Godlike, Amino unable to withstand the hit that is thrown towards him. Furia will get their mates back up and live on to fight on this one. 4 of our squads out of the run into the 3rd game so far.
Nongshim on that south side, actually trying to push on in, but there's quite a few teams there. Nongshim's just going to barge over towards OG. He's already down. Another nade towards the backside here. Good damage from Gilbert, as always. Looking very, very strong. Hits the deck. Good dodge on that.
Nice knock.
Second nade's a bit stronger though. Aru now needs to get back into action. The rest of Nongshim Red Force lagging behind as Flash still continues to create a little bit of a nuisance for them in tops.
Back and forth blows.
Still being
able to withstand. Uncomfortable for Nongshim, actually, man. Yeah, that's a nice flick back up towards the Wizard Tower and keeps him pinned in position so he can't provide too much overwatch.
Bad spot now. I mean, no position like the rest of his team. It's a cool side swipe coming through from tops as well.
Kill
many problems on the back line there for Nongshim Red Force. Just one. You're going to have an even deeper look into this one. He wants to get up close and personal. There's some more eliminations here left at the crime scene.
He's still trying to get an angle on this. The minute you got to move, he'll be ready for the catch. Furia over on the other side of the coast have been taking shots over as well, so it's all been a little bit uncomfortable for the 4 squads that have been collapsing in onto that one position. This gas station for OG somehow being a very formidable defensive area.
And it's मर के अपना back clear हो गया, but अभी अपने को zone जाना है.
I got a little bit lucky, but yeah, Aurora in a really
right side सिर्फ FL है.
This is definitely
redeemable city
for Aurora. We just need to not see them go for something silly again. That is all.
TN बा अपने को मारेगी रे. वहाँ से निकलती अपने को
Yeah,
TN
just
बा मारेगी.
keep their cards close to their chest and be able to close this one out with some good plays. To be honest, mate, that is kind of the dream with what we saw off the back of this game with the other squads above them falling out early. Opportunity, and like you say, if they can grab it, you've recovered from that. We can all forget about game 2. Everything looks good for them, and they'd actually be on that podium spot in 1st place. Come the end of this game, but that's still in the future. Still a lot of other teams that could potentially look to upset them. So we'll stick with the narrative as it develops. This is their position right now. 4 Thrives going in against the arena. Dog looking to decimate some damage out, and he does hit nice.
Good shot onto Falak. A little bit more, they can do it.
I like that though. Good smoke.
ये घुस जाएगा 40
Over towards the wrong side to kind of isolate this engagement between them and fourth rounds in the arena on the northern edge. Makes a ton of sense to me as well. That vitality location is going to be a real problem for you. That's a long nade. Actually hits on target. Great damage, and they just keep on pumping in. Four thrives.
आरू नॉक फिनिश हो गया यार, उल्पाली ने मार दिया.
Yeah, I mean, that's some massively long nades on that one.
Just chaining them together as well, one after another, after another.
तो पानी में बैठा था, उल्पा उसने मार दिया.
Drop the smoke twice there, live as soon as you're now in a position where other teams can take
अरे
shots
यार,
to
वो
you
पानी
for
वाला
free.
बंदा.
Good shot. I mean, Doc is holding on. He's holding on. I think he's got that mentality where he's like, well, I'm sorry, guys, I ran out that time. I will play anchor for the rest of the day, and I will keep you lads safe. It's a good shot over towards Silence. The rest of you need to react a little towards it, but it takes a gun away from that western side. But Aurora had to do that. They had to push over towards Fourth Rise. They knew that it's not likely in their future they're going to be getting many more death crates. And they need that use, so they need that ammo to carry on inside of this match. Tiamba, though, looming off in the wings.
पानी के वहां से ही मार दिया तीनों को.
Had to restock and get themselves ready for what's yet to come. Tiamba, they've been doing a pretty effective job of harassing a lot of Arab squads from distance as well throughout the past couple minutes, keeping pressure on them. Playing a little bit safer here in their setup. Window peak with good eye line onto some of the other teams. Scarface on the long wrap around back up the coastal ridge over towards the bridge side. Going to be coming in from the back near Vitality and Flash. This is his angle on the move. Ooh, spotted out. Starting to lose his HP bit by bit. Got to drop down to the deck and hope that he can hold on.
I'm not sure how he's lived this long. I mean, top. Someone's move here, the pitter-patter of the footfall. Close the distance. Scarface is instead just going to go for the heel. Tops pulls the pin. He should know. It should be right on the edge of the blue here. Good airburst will do the trick. Ruins the amount of heal that came through there. Or from the sidelines, though, will get sleepy and over towards Bose. Top, though, is the one to refrag over towards that. Tiamba aching moving forward. Gets behind that radio tower. This is a good spot to aggress over towards Aurora.
Aurora का chicken ना है भाई, वो ना बहुत
hold out on the southeast side. Good nades again. Goodness me, Aurora's having none of it.
You feel the base on that one. More coming as well. Airburst over the top side, trying to arc it round the corner. Ooh. Eagles crossing his fingers, hoping the smoke is enough to get the pick up.
Again, back
to stay alive.
I
wonder if they're going to push this, Jackie.
I mean, with a volley, you could. You get the spread on it, just try to follow up off the back. You know they're weak.
Oh, man, I think they just want to get the push, at least, but not meant to be. That's a lot of nades invested there for basically nothing. He's back one of his own. Now they're fully set up over here on the radio tower. Molotovs, maybe a bit more damage done. Chip damage from the nade should be good enough. So start to bombard now. They're splitting the difference on these ones. They know they have to go for one side, and it is over towards Doc. Survives the first. Blast the shrapnel, and should survive the second.
So many nades though. And Doc, although the shrapnel hits him in the face, he takes that peek and shuts one player down. Again. 6 nades thrown out for no from it. So it goes both ways for either of these two teams. Top with the instant adjustment back over onto E Arena. No, he's being collapsed upon from 2 sides between this team.
Shreps now. Get the res on of E Arena. E Arena, you know, actually haven't been too bad. I think for the points they currently have, 19. But they've been consistently up towards at least the top 8 every game. Vitality still taking more shots here. Tiamba is the one to take down Tiamba's playing as a 4-man. And genuinely, the way they weather the storm here versus Aurora, they have a place to play forward. It's more about dealing with the couple of players inside that shack right there. And it's hard to line up those nades past the side
Yanba bhai, kya
Always
mast
have
खेल
that
रही
angle
भाई
on Dot to worry about. He is so critical to his other two teammates living.
Schweppes with a bit of a forward scout play in the buggy, reading onto it. QZZ was knocked towards the backside.
ये zone touch होते ही पहले
They've been in
confirmation
for so
मिल
long
जाएगा.
and they've invested so many nades, so many bullets, and they're starting to run dry and can't actually push out to get themselves anything. Availability of crates becoming an all-time premium. The longer this goes on, the worse it gets for Tiamba.
Yeah, they needed a break, honestly, and that break was going to come in, be able to get those shots, get those nades over towards
Aurora पूरा
Aurora.
zone में.
The arena making a massive
बस
swing.
वो ये कि ये थोड़ा ये ने सीधा
Morton's
स्लैप किया ना तो
got 5
मुश्किल रहेगा.
nades to play around with too. QZZ finds shots over towards Vitality. They are trying to stop two
Head strike आ गया
teams
Yanba पे.
from squeezing
Full head
them
strike आ
together.
गया.
But they will. This is a
Yeah,
good
head
play.
strike
It's actually a
there.
good play. It's a desperation play, but it's one
Oh,
that's very much
yeah.
needed for Tiamba right now as A-King moves in. Razak last step alive. Where's the rest of
Hold on,
the team?
yeah.
QZZ
Yeah,
moves
all
up.
right.
How is Razak living this?
Oh, this is unbelievable. Razak raising hell amidst the chaos as he stands strong to punish back. Vitality looked like it was all said and done, but they pop off on that one against Tiamba's clash in, knowing they needed to shut them down to get themselves
Yuria
any
four
sort
man
of ammunition, any kind of supplies to play
Aurora
on.
3 man है.
And it does not work how they wanted.
ये Yanba solo and EA 4 man.
Wild stuff. The arena now.
Aurora के nades आएंगे ना ये पड़े आएंगे. ये nades से
Some
पड़ेंगे.
nades, and Joel's the first to fall off the back of that. They have just played this
Look,
game
इनकी
nice and
थोड़ी-
slow from that northern side, trying not to
easy
get too
Nades से
involved in
पड़ेंगे.
things. They've been saving up these nades for that end game. Mormon will move in and just completely cleans them out. This guy's been
Yuria पे पहले
unbelievable
zone
with
अच्छा है.
SLK today.
मतलब split होके कहीं भी ले सकते हैं. 4v4 fight होगी चलो. Let's go भाई लोग 4v4.
Finishes
Wow
off the
mode.
stragglers. Slowly but surely, the team's exit stage left, and the final fight begins to have itself set up. Furia coming back in with some of that firepower we had seen
EA के लिए
prior.
building set मार दिया.
Good damage onto
Yuria ने पूरी
Arena.
building set मार दिया.
Tony Kane that's knocked behind the hard cover. Joker looks to wrap over to see if he can save his mate.
Run over बोलना. Run over कर रहे.
3 versus 4 right now. Schweppes warding off fire.
He goes Mormon.
बढ़िया
Still
एक knock
coming
दिया.
out strong. He wants more on the game, and they are delivering. He goes down, big player on the squad. Now it's time for the likes of Aya as well as Chief to stand up tall. The arena, they saved all their potential
Yuria
for
chicken
that
है.
late game, though. We saw how much ammo they still had more, how many smokes they still
अभी
had
और एक
remaining.
zone रहेगा.
This team basically
पूरा
played
zone
this one
Yuria
out
को
for
favor
the
दे रहे
chicken
हैं.
dinner. The arena, it's sort of not worth it unless they get the chicken dinner on this
Nades हुए
one.
ना इस पे EA पे तो काम है. 5 lead है bro इस
The
पे.
amount they saved up, 5
5
nades still in the
lead है.
hand of Schweppes. Getting a second place is nice though, but yeah, it's this open ground, disgusting to work with. Furia is lining
3v3
up
fight है.
for a big old bombardment from E-Arena in the near future though.
He go down, man. It's kind
Angle.
of
Yeah.
so brutal because he really has been this pop-off player for the team. Is that going to be enough of a deficit to really make this one uncomfortable?
But Igors, he's just providing all the information back all the time. Chief moves up over towards the loot crate.
Nades
The nade
से
has to
कुछ
be
गेम चेंज हो
invested.
सकता है वरना तो यूरिया का चिकन हो जाएगा. जीगा मर जाएगा.
Yeah, good. I was thinking that he was going to send it over towards Igors.
इसी पे तो
He
एमडी
is
है.
just calling every
I
single
get
time
Furia
they pull the pin on this one.
Furia वालों पे.
When to move and when not to.
पूरा
Finally, the
silence
play
पे.
zone takes him out, and Fury is blind again.
साइलेंस ने
Lose
जो
your
लेट
eyes
लेट
in
के
the back
एंगल
line.
बनाया है ना, नेक्स्ट
Have
लेवल
to
एंगल बना
rely
रहा
on
है वो.
your gun skill now. Standoff between these two teams with open space in front of them.
एकदम साइलेंट हो गया है रे.
Silence with the big guns in the back line, ready to spray. A lot of nades invested, dashing them in towards the middle here.
I mean, they're mega blind. I mean, they can't have moved that far. Unless Igor's giving her back the worst information in the world, but... I mean, for Fury, I think there's a little bit of scaredness of that front line being aggressed upon. Schweppes pulls the nades. We are playing battleships right now.
और 30 सेकंड
Grenades
शांत
at
होगा
E5.
उसके बाद
You
दबा
missed
दब
by a
होगा
mile.
सिर्फ 30 सेकंड
Just dashing them out. He's gone wide, man. Start forest fire out in this field of Erringale right now. Be the best opportunity for them. That one actually hits. There
He's
you
having
go.
to drive into it though. Okay.
Assist.
I mean, I think we could just wait on these, Nate. There's plenty of time to wait on this one. The arena can play off the
भाई
back
ये
of the
क्या
tree
है
in the
भाई
near future.
नहीं मरेगा ये
Ayala's just going to swing round.
ये मरेगा क्या किया ये
Not how I expected the
Unwanted
first domino
side,
to fall, but that's Ayala going in and opening things up with an advantage for E-Arena.
This is Pmwc here at EWC. There's been an end game. It has been an end
साइलेंस
game.
में हम जीते बट मौका मिलना चाहिए चलाने का
Eagles confused everyone. Silence now. Trying to be as quiet as
पता है,
possible. Decent
Joker को
Molotovs,
पता
these
है।
ones actually. Trying to catch them on the rotate out.
दिख जाएगा स्पॉट हो जाएगा
MG3 could make all the difference. Joker's about to send this nade back into the blue.
स्पॉट हो जाएगा स्पॉट हो जाएगा जो डेटा है ना
Pre-fire. Problem is, the info
Well,
goes
again,
both ways.
that's part of
Simon's
it.
got a good read of what angle they're actually playing from now. Ooh.
He actually did.
Oh, okay. Chief with a peek up. There you go. Follow up off the back of it. Let's see if they can deal some damage. Silence peeks up. Warning shot out low on health. Got about half left to play with. Runs in towards the tree. He's got the shotty in his hands now. All right, it's all kicking off here. They're going to be able to fight it
nice
through the
try.
end. E-Arena do clutch on. A bit of a top
Nice try. E-Arena chicken मार दिया भाई लोग।
they'll still be proud of.
अच्छा आपको याद हो
You'd hope so, wouldn't you, really?
got 29 kills
Arena. I think that the
Chicken dinner.
plan was great. I think everyone confused one another right at the end. Egos
W's,
he went down.
ये के लिए W कर दो।
He might have
Survival
thrown out some
state से आएगा
information
ये।
that was maybe less than useful. Unfortunate stuff. To be fair, whilst he was still alive, they had a real good pinpoint on what the arena was doing.
मैं एक सेकंड
I
आया
am joking. It's a
मैं
joke,
एक सेकंड
guys.
आया मैं
I do think Ego's a great player. But yeah, still a weird endgame.
A lot of utility investment with not too much information. Kind of felt like it was, we don't want to push, so we're just going to lob everything.
Yeah.
And then have that respectful gunfight once we get in.
Exactly, because I do think that for E-Arena, they just wait a little bit longer, play up towards the tree line. With the amount of nades they had, they could have blanketed the entire thing. But even then, they were like bouncing them out into the blues. It's a little strange. Was a little strange. And you're right. I also did not expect that to be the first domino to fall, which was Tyler just getting mega impatient.
After all that waiting, it was kind of really like a curveball just came in. Swift gut punch, didn't expect that.
I know they're behind. I'm just going to go for it. All right. Confirmed. That's where they are. You're dead, Alan. That's where they are, lads.
Yeah, I got the info.
Okay.
Got the info.
Info game. Sick of playing shit. But yeah, overall, I think if we look a little bit prior into that game, I think Aurora, the way they set themselves up, not bad, but there was a couple moments where it got real hectic. I think a lot of teams made it far into that end game. Tiamba play out that radio tower really, really well. Even I think Tiamba's decision making does require bringing up a little bit. The fact that they decided to push over towards Vitality in that moment, the play almost worked. The speed at which they do it, like we're right now, we have to just fly over towards this team and take them out. They have no arms about just fully going for it. I really like that, and I think that that's the type of playstyle that's going to win you games more often than it loses them.
No, absolutely. I think, again, that was one where it was like Razak just kind of popped off on the hold.
Yes.
Honestly, it was better play from him than it was bad play from them. He
Exactly,
just popped off on the solo mission where it's like, oh, fair play. You've actually kind of owned us there.
Yeah.
But what the play was meant to do was great. They needed ammo, they needed supplies, and they went for it. So it was a head-on call.
It was the right thing to do. And the right thing for us to do right now is to go for a little moment with the boys over on the stage. And we're back.
अरे उठो अभी से इतना डिप्रेशन क्यों भाई हो जाएगा एक मैच की बात
Bowers here at Pmwc 26, joined by John Allen, Kalaris, and Neptura, and we're playing a round of.
एमिनो मारेगा तो भाई अभी
Ooh, we're going to be getting stuck in.
धक्के मारना शुरू करो भाई
Maybe not for some. Some are having a bit of trouble during practice, but we're going to be taking some shots at the forward.
और कितने मैचेस अभी अपने और
Take,
हर मैच
let's
बाकी
jump
ना
into it. You guys, I think you two have to go first.
I think we
और
get
एक टीम
left
बाकी
off there first.
दो
Let's
इन लोगों को एक राउंड हो गया तीन और बाकी
I feel like I'm in the danger zone.
Yeah.
Let's see.
नहीं
Get ready to
लगेगा
dodge.
Oh, it's your best one. Yeah, that's
It's on
unreal.
the board.
और
All
Very
right, let's
much
shuffle
looking
up.
for Thursday.
And Kilaris up to the
और
back.
ये क्या नीली के देखा कंचा चीना इसा
This is good. This is good. There you go, James. There you go.
Shuffle in.
Thank you. Don't hit me, please.
Oh, it's a 17.
ओ वो इनका ये में क्या है ये
Currently, Neptune last with 6.
No way. Oh, a double 17.
It's a triple 17.
ऐसे मेरा मारेगा ना ना
That
ना
means Neptura is last.
Are you
There go.
serious?
ये रहेंगे
watch
तो
out,
मेरा मार
Neptura.
वैसे
My hot take is that the Uzi is a bad weapon and shouldn't be played.
There you go.
That's it. Wait.
This one was Neptura.
That,
नंबर ऑफ
that
पॉइंट्स
was
रिक्वायर्ड टू स्टार्ट द स्मैश रूल ऐसा
No, it's
कुछ
in
नहीं है
25. Oh,
पूरा
well, she's already done a hot take now.
स्मैश रूल का क्या है जितने भी लोग कंफ्यूज है मैं बता दूं सेकंड डे पे जो भी टीम टॉप पे रहेगी सॉरी थर्ड डे के पहले मैच में जो भी टीम टॉप पे रहेगी ये समझ लो कि भाई ओजी के पॉइंट्स है 100 ठीक है तो ओजी को 110 पॉइंट करने और एक चिकन लेना है तो वो जीत गई टूर्नामेंट उसके आगे के मैचेस खेलने की जरूरत नहीं है अगर समझ लो कि नीचे गॉडलाइक है 90 पॉइंट्स पे तो गॉडलाइक को 110 पॉइंट करने हैं एंड चिकन लेना है बात खत्म जीत गई वो वैसे स्मैश रूल का जो भी पॉइंट्स लेंगे +10 एंड उसके बाद का चिकन डिनर कोई भी टीम नीचे से ऊपर आके जीत सकती है स्मैश रूल से
Wait, no, it's not.
I'm
John's
on a
the
5.
lowest. Yes, John's the lowest.
Or is that a 2? It's a 5, I think.
It's a 5.
Oh, and that's a 2.
That is a 2.
Been saved by the upside down
It's true.
version of my own
Jackie,
number.
it's your turn.
There you go.
Gosh.
Okay, hot take.
व्हाट्सएप रिलैक्स क्या ले
Dino Park and Bgmi, infinitely better than Ronda. I miss it. Bring it back.
Oh, okay.
All right, considering I actually lost. Because I cheated you out of
मैं
it.
कह रहा हूं अगर आप वो करोगे ना तो फिर वो हिट बढ़ेगा
Wait,
इसलिए चिल करो
Pmwc, despite looking really good.
वो सब मत करो
I feel like I've got
हिट दो मत और चिल रखो ना अपनी चैट को
I
क्लीन
feel
करो
like over-reliance on ARs. Nonsense. I want DMRs in. Give the
अगर आप करोगे वहां से और आएंगे वो
secondary
करेंगे तो
slot, you know?
एट चैट पे
Those
कचरा हो
use
जाएगा समझ रहे
submachine guns, something else popping in. Give a little bit more individuality. That's what I want to see.
I
हो
like
ईमेल
it.
हो गया देख ले
Like, you know what I want? I want all
Chill.
of your
Sivo,
opinions
camera
from
ऊपर
viewers
करना
at home. You in the chat. Tell us what you think. Let us know right here, right now. What are your controversial takes?
Focus on your next play. Okay. वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ focus on your next play. प्रेशर में हिल रही है यार अरे इतना नहीं है यार अभी वो होते हैं फ्लो अगर खराब होते हैं ना तो ये होता है एक गेम अच्छा मोमेंटम आ जाए ना बस वो है कि वो मोमेंटम लेट ना है मीरामार में भाई लोग अपनी गॉडलाइक स्ट्रॉन्ग है या ओजी दोनों में तो कौन सी टीम स्ट्रॉन्ग है मेरे ख्याल से दोनों सही खेलती है ये अभी एक इरेंगल उसके बाद 2 मीरामार गॉडलाइक बोल रहे हैं 50% ओजी बोल रहे हैं मतलब दोनों स्ट्रॉन्ग है ये हुई ना बात देखो यही टेस्ट करना था तुम लोग क्या बोल रहे हो
If I'm not mistaken, Neptura, I think you actually won at darts. And I think you got that chicken dinner.
I did.
You were lied to, but
Very much.
in this last game, E-Arena wasn't lied to, Max, because E-Arena came out with the win.
I never know how to react to
सामने पावर ऑन नहीं किया भाई अभी कर लो
39.
बेस्ट टाइम में अभी ऑन करने
Okay,
का
that's
चाहिए
great. That's a cool win.
पावर एडमिनो सौम्या
No, genuinely, it was a good game. It was very uncompetitive finish. I think it was kind of even Steven
लास्ट
until
गेम भी वैसा हुआ एक
eventually
करके
Ayala
मरे
got a little bit overly aggressive on that push. Then he gave the man advantage, and E-Arena using every resource they had available to get that win. Good to see, but again, I need to see that continue in your next coming matches.
Take it away, Lace. I know you've been wanting to talk about this team for a minute.
मैं अपने को बहुत कम पॉइंट मिले होंगे
Revoking your driver's license.
0 मिले गॉडलाइक को
Because
2 मिले ओजी को
I was waiting for the Furia drive by Max. E-Arena, obviously, they deserved that win because of Furia and their driving and not taking that position early on. I mean, I liked the way that they sort of held out in Arena early on in the map. They had Silence kind of scouting Vitality's movements right down at the south side. So this was such a better play from them. They're actually defending and looking where other teams are sort of pushing into that position. They had such a strong split hold. Obviously, a little bit of tunnel vision coming out of some of the players there. And then I don't know what the vehicle situation was. You hear me screaming in the back. He's like catching nades with the vehicle as well. And I'm like, what plan is this? They had such a strong position after getting like moving their way into zone on the rotation on the southern side, Max.
Look,
I'll give you my picture. I'm really upset.
I know what happened, actually. I was talking tonight. I saw him as we were leaving the talent room, and I asked him, like, what was the play with Ayala? And he said the idea for Ayala was to get an off angle on the team and actually catch them from behind. But then he saw two players and he got scared. And that's the thing is, right, lack of information will make you do these kind of mistakes. So it could have been a good idea, and catching nades didn't work out. It could have been great, but unfortunately, two-player setup was exactly what E-Arena needed in case of those kind of pushes coming their way.
That was just a big, something I like to call